just made myself some breakfast and I'm going to be taking you through a day in the life as a dietitian entrepreneur. So today is going to be a little different because I actually don't have one-on-one clients today. Today's Friday and I'm going to be doing some content creation, working on my email list and getting some back-end work done today. And then I'm just going to be sharing some fun eats as well. So as you see, I've already made my breakfast. Looks super good. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I am an intuitive eater. I do eat things that bring me joy. And I also eat things that I know make my body feel the best. And so lately I've been really into yogurt and cottage cheese bowls. You're probably thinking that's really weird, but it's such a good combination, especially if you use vanilla Greek yogurt. And I'm really into that cottage cheese brand called Good Culture. Something about that combination, it's like salty, sweet, kind of reminds me of like a cheesecake consistency. And then I sprinkle on some cinnamon, and then I have some thawed cherries, frozen banana, peanut butter, granola. It's all really good, promise you. Also, some days I do go to the gym in the mornings, but I'm actually gonna take a rest day today. It's weird how whenever I make my YouTube videos, it just ends up being a rest day. But typically if I were to work out before clients, that is something that I would do. And usually I just like grab a snack and then head to the gym and then come back, get ready for the day. But today we're just taking things a little slower, just kind of like a weekend. And yeah, that's basically how my morning routine is. I don't really have like a specific morning routine that I do every single day. I probably should get into that. After this though, I am going to go treat myself to get a coffee. So I'm gonna explore a new coffee shop today. So we'll see where that's gonna be. So getting some work done this morning, and a few thoughts have popped in my head that I wanted to talk about. And especially if you are somebody who wants to become a dietitian, or just a young entrepreneur, or somebody who may struggle to believe in themselves, this is going to be for you. Now, when I first started as a dietitian, there were definitely moments where I was, having a lot of self-doubt, feeling that imposter syndrome of like, do I know enough to be able to, put my best foot forward and actually serve my clients. And I did lack a lot of confidence when I first started working with clients. And that develops over time. Like, you start to get more comfortable talking with people. One thing that I do think really held me back from feeling that confident within myself was obviously like figuring out my self-worth, which I don't feel like I was fully there yet when I did become a dietitian. I was still working on a lot of things on my own time, but also because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do look young for my age. I am 24, and even just during my internship, I would get a lot of comments from older adults saying, but you look so young, and you don't look like you're a dietitian, you look like you're in high school. And although I do understand that I don't, do a lot of things like put on a lot of makeup or, style my hair a certain way, whatever it may be, I probably still would look young. And that honestly has been kind of a confidence downer, just because I feel like a lot of people may, see my page or, see me in person and may feel like I'm not qualified to, even be a dietitian. Or I always have felt like people maybe don't take me as seriously because of the way that I look. And that always has been something that has been, again, kind of a downplay on my confidence as a dietitian and in my professional career. However, I am learning to work past that and just continue to show up for my clients and for the people that are struggling with their relationship with food, because I do know that I do provide value. And I try to think of it as a good thing. Maybe when I'm 30, I'll actually look 20. I also did want to say that being a dietitian entrepreneur is so much more work than it actually looks. Like, you guys see me on Instagram, you see me posting all these fun things all the time, like doing the YouTube videos, posting these fun reels, talking to you all in stories. But honestly, that's really just a fraction of what I do as a dietitian. There's so much more that goes on behind the scenes, like meeting with clients on a daily basis. I have a group program that I am in charge of, sending invoices, dealing with the financial aspects behind the scenes, doing taxes, working on my website, running a blog, running my email list, having to spend time actually creating and brainstorming content. All of this stuff does take time, and I do think that it can definitely be very overwhelming. One of the hardest things is that social media changes so much. When I first started as a dietitian, Reels weren't a thing. And now that that's become so trending and so popular, it's definitely had me shift the way that I approach my content for you guys. And honestly, it can be very, very hard sometimes because I feel like Instagram has become this source of competition for a lot of people, and it's become just about getting the most views or getting the most likes. And to me, that kind of feels inauthentic. And while I do think it's fun to put out good reels, on occasion, I don't want that to be like my entire feed, just because, Instagram to me is a photo app. And I also just like to share like real life stuff with you guys, like not just me posting a funny reel all the time. I do want you guys to get the most out of my page. And so that's why I'm always going to keep it real with you guys, keep it mixed up, not just doing the things that are going to be the most Instagram worthy or, going to be the most popular. And just kind of to let you know how I schedule out my week. So every single day is going to be different. I do have days where I solely just meet with one-on-one clients. And then I have days where I do other admin work or behind the scenes work. I do like maybe content on those days. And I found this to be the best way to get things done, because if I'm having a day where I'm seeing like clients every single day and doing content every single day, it feels like I'm not getting as much done, and I can't really like focus on the two things as well. Like when I'm in coaching zone, I'm in coaching zone. However, content brain is a totally different side of the business. And so if I'm feeling like really motivated to do content and like, explore my creative side, then I'll have a full day where I can just like focus on that. So that kind of allows me to have days like today where I'm able to be a little bit more flexible with my schedule, go out to lunch, and get some other things done, like this video. So if you're somebody who's interested in becoming a dietitian entrepreneur, just know that it is a lot of work. I cannot believe I've been a dietitian for 1.5 years now, and there's so much that I've learned along the way, and it's been just the most liberating, rewarding experience I could have ever imagined, and I honestly could not ever see myself doing anything different. With that being said, I am going to get back to work for a little bit. I'm gonna finish my ebook, and I'm also going to be doing some continuing education today, which I forgot that I was going to do today, but I am going to do that because you do have to keep up with continuing education units after you become a dietitian. And this is what makes dietitians really credible sources of nutrition information, is because we have to keep up with our education. So I will check back in with you guys when I get done with that and see where else the day takes me. I'm starting to get hungry for lunch, and so I think I want to treat myself to lunch out today, and I have been eyeing this place called Bento Picnic. I was about to say poke, but definitely not poke. Now, trust me, I was definitely thinking about getting poke, but maybe tomorrow. Today I worked on getting my ebook completed. So essentially this is going to be a recipe book that you guys can order on my website. So this is a quick view. This honestly took me a couple months to complete just because I have so many recipes, and it's going to include breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts. And so really this is going to be a great resource for anybody who struggles to decide what to eat, struggles with coming up with different kinds of meal ideas, recipe ideas. All these are really easily modifiable. So if you have any dietary preferences, like being gluten-free, plant-based, whatever it may be, you definitely can make some substitutions based off these recipes. All right, so I decided I'm gonna go get myself a pizza because I just don't feel like cooking. I have things to cook, but preheating the oven, and honestly, I don't have protein sources cooked, so we're gonna get pizza, and that's what we're doing today. I have secured the goods. The big reveal. So I got a classic mod pizza with added feta, roasted broccoli, artichokes, red peppers, garlic, mushrooms, red onions. They didn't have banana peppers, which I'm really sad about because those are key to a good pizza. But yeah, that's what I got, and I'm really excited to dig into this. So the man who made my pizza lied to me. He said that these red peppers were not spicy, but they definitely are because, whew. I mean, oh, I can tolerate it, but what a liar. Evil. So I'm on my last slice, and I just wanted to clarify that eating a pizza, I mean, this is granted, a personal pizza, but this is not a binge. And I feel like people associate certain types of quantities as a binge, or maybe are confused as to, if they're really hungry and eat a lot at a meal, that they categorize that as a binge. That's not necessarily true, because we know that a binge is when you feel out of control of food, you feel like you can't stop eating because you're so ravenous. But this is definitely not a binge, and sometimes you just eat more than you, I guess, expect. Obviously, I have done this before. I've gotten myself a personal pizza and just eat it by myself, and that's fine. I don't consider this overeating. I also don't consider it a binge. I was just really hungry and wanted some pizza, and one or two slices wasn't gonna cut it. And so this to me is a part of normal eating, and it's a part of intuitive eating. And I know it can be very, very confusing and frustrating, especially if you are stuck in that restricted binge cycle, to know what's going to be appropriate for your body. But if you are struggling with that, I definitely would love to help you get to a point where you are able to trust your body and get to that point where you are able to recognize your hunger and fullness cues without it being so confusing and overwhelming. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and I'm going to enjoy this last slice. It was very good, and I did have to take off a lot of the red peppers because, I don't know, guys, the guy is just trying to kill me here. Just death.